The Last Wars and Death. While Pyrrhus had been campaigning in Sicily against Carthage, the Romans had rebuilt their army. When Pyrrhus returned to Italy, he found himself vastly outnumbered by a superior Roman army. After the inconclusive Battle of Beneventum in 275 BC, Pyrrhus decided to end the campaign in Italy and return to Epirus. All the territories in Italy were lost, with the exception of Tarentum, that remained under his control. Though his western campaign had taken a heavy toll on his army as well as his treasury, Pyrrhus went to war yet again, attacking King Antigonus II. He won an easy victory at the Battle of Us and seized the Macedonian throne. In 272 BC, Cleonymus, of Spartan royal blood, who was hated among his fellow Spartans, asked Pyrrhus to attack Sparta and place him in power. Pyrrhus agreed to the plan, intending to win control of the Peloponnese for himself, but unexpectedly strong resistance thwart his assault on Sparta. On the retreat, he lost his firstborn son Ptolemy, who had been in command of the rearguard. Pyrrhus had little time to mourn, as he was immediately offered an opportunity to intervene in a civic dispute in Argos. Since Antigonus was approaching too, he hastened to enter the city with his army, only to find the place crowded with hostile troops. During the confused battle in the narrow city streets, Pyrrhus was trapped. While he was fighting an Argive soldier, the soldier's mother, who was watching from a rooftop, threw a tile which knocked him from his horse and broke part of his spine, paralysing him. Whether he was alive or not after this blow is dubious, but his death was assured when a Macedonian soldier named Zopyrus, though frightened by the look on the face of the unconscious king, hesitantly beheaded the motionless body. Antigonus had him cremated with all honours and sent his surviving son Helenus back to Epirus. That same year, upon hearing the news of Pyrrhus's death, the Tarentines surrendered to Rome. While he was a mercurial and often relentless leader, and not always wise king, he was considered one of the greatest military commanders of his time. In his life of Pyrrhus, Plutarch's records said that Hannibal ranked him as the greatest commander the world would ever see. Though in the life of Titus Quintus Flaminius, Plutarch writes that Hannibal placed him second after Alexander the Great. This is the latter account also given by Appian. Pyrrhus was also known to be very benevolent as a general. Pyrrhus's greatest political weakness were his failures to maintain focus, maintain a strong treasury at home, and many of his soldiers were costly mercenaries. His name is famous for the term Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhus and his campaign in Italy was effectively the only chance for Greece to check the advance of Rome towards the domination of the Mediterranean world. Rather than banding together, the various Hellenic powers continued to quarrel among themselves, sapping the financial and military strength of Greece, and to the lesser extent, Macedon and the greater Hellenistic world. By 197 BC, Macedonia and many southern Greek states became Roman client states. In 188 BC, the Seleucid Empire was forced to cede most of Asia Minor to Rome's ally, Pergamon. Rome inherited that state and most of Asia Minor in 133 BC. Total Rome domination over the Greeks proper was marked by the destruction of Corinth in 146 BC. Greece would then form an integral part of the Roman world, leading into the Byzantine period. Pyrrhus wrote memoirs and several books on the art of war. These have since been lost, although according to Plutarch, Hannibal was influenced by them and received praise from Cicero. Pyrrhus was married 5 times. His first wife, Antigone, bore him a daughter called Olympia and a son named Ptolemy, in honour of her stepfather. She died in 295 BC, possibly in childbirth, since that was the same year her son was born. His second wife, Lanassa, daughter of King Eteocles of Syracuse, whom he married about 295 BC, and the couple had 2 sons, Alexander and Helenus. Lanassa left Pyrrhus, and he married his third wife, the daughter of Odilon, king of Pannonia. His fourth wife was an Illyrian princess, who was the daughter of King Bardalus. And his fifth wife was the daughter of Ptolemy Caranus, whom he married in 281 BC. Portraits of Pyrrhus came down to us and do not reflect his likeness.